Hello guys, welcome back to Monet Loves Glam. I hope that you all are having a beautiful day. In this video, I am going to show you how I made my very own DIY resin coasters. I always see these coasters on Instagram and in magazines and online, but I never see them in stores. I decided to make my own. So if you're interested in making these on your own, then just keep watching. Okay guys, what you're going to need to start out with is a piece of paper, some type of plastic covering. I actually use these Ziploc storage bags, space saver bags, because the plastic is really thick, and some silicone. I am just drawing out freehand what I would like my coasters to look like. I do want the coasters to be a little more irregular and not just straight circle coasters. So this is what you see me here doing right here. I am just freehanding the coasters. So this piece of paper will fit about 4 coasters. If you want your coasters to be more uniform and more exact, I'm pretty sure you can go online and find a resin coaster template and maybe just print that out to be your guideline. But like I said earlier, I wanted mine to be a little more irregular, so I decided just to go ahead and freehand my design. So this is what it looks like. And I am going to do 4 coasters, and these will be going in my wine room. So next you will see that I went and got an actual glass, because I just wanted to make sure that these coasters will be big enough for you to actually place the glasses on there. So that is just what I'm doing. I've also went and found a flat surface to do this project on, and that for me was just a glass cutting board. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide that piece of paper right up under that plastic where I can see the outline. And I was going to use this silicone that I have had in this caulk gun, but unfortunately it will not come out. So luckily I found this silicone in one of my drawers. So now you just want to go ahead and trace your cutting. And you just want to give it a nice thick coating. If you want your coasters to be a little thicker, I would suggest that you go around one time and then maybe stack more silicone on top to give it another layer if you want increased thickness. So I followed this for all 4 of the designs. Now I'm going to get started with the resin. I picked this resin up from Michael's. I want to say it was about $30, but you guys always know that Michael's has coupons all the time. So I was able to use, I think, a 30% off coupon that I had gotten to my email, or if not, they always have coupons online that you can use. The resin that I bought was a 1-to-1 ratio mix. So I am just going ahead and pouring in part A, and I used about 3 ounces for part A and part B. And I am just using these plastic cups that I had left over from a painting project. Guys, make sure that you do this in a well ventilated area. As you can see, I am outside. Make sure you put something over your mouth and face, like a covering, because this resin has a really strong odor. And also make sure you use gloves. And I say that as I do not have any gloves on, but it reminds me of when I was a child and the adults would tell me to do as I say, not do as I do. So I am telling you guys to make sure you wear your gloves. Now I'm just mixing those part A and part B together. And I am just making sure I get all of that residue out of there. And the instructions stated to mix this about 3 minutes. So here you see me just vigorously mixing it, and you want to make sure that everything is mixed well. Next, I am going to pour equal parts into these cups. So how many cups you will need is going to depend on how many colors you want in your coasters. I only had 2 colors, so I'm using 2 cups, and I've just poured the resin in 2 different cups. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my paint. This is just an acrylic paint that I had left over from a painting project. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that paint into one of my cups. How much paint you add depends on how clear or how opaque you want your color to be. So I wanted mine to be a pretty rich white color. So I kept adding paint until I got to the desired look that I was looking for. And then you just want to go ahead and make sure you mix that well. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my second color. Again, this is just a gold colored paint that I had left over. And as you can see, you guys, I am down to the very end. So I am squeezing and trying to get every drop of paint that I can out of this pouch. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough, so I did have a little gold paint in my arts and crafts supply, so I went ahead and mixed that in. And then you just see me right there mixing that paint up. And I'm just adding a little more so I can get that desired gold color that I am looking for. And guys, make sure you look on your resin supply to see what is the cure time for the particular resin that you're using. So now I am just going ahead and adding the paint into that makeshift silicone mold that I made. And guys, this resin spreads a lot. So I would suggest that you just do a very thin layer depending on how many colors you're going to add. As you can see, I'm only doing 2 colors, but I was a little heavy-handed, so it really started to take up the middle portion that I wanted to leave for that gold. So just make sure you're cautious of that when you're adding your layers of resin. And I did have a little left over, and I actually just discarded it because I didn't have anything else to use it for. So now I'm going in with my gold color, and I am just filling that in the middle. And as you can see, guys, all of these will be a little different in variation, a little different in shape, and a little different design. So now I'm just going in with one of those wooden sticks and just kind of swirling the two colors together to give it a little design pattern. And the more that you let it sit before you go ahead and start swirling and giving it to your design, the more the design will stay in the resin a little better. So I am just doing this for all of my coasters, giving it a little bit of a design. Guys, my battery ended up dying on me, but after this step I went ahead and added some gold glitter right on top to give it a little extra shine. You want to go ahead and let this set and cure for 24 hours, and then you will end up with something like this. So now you just want to go ahead, as you see me doing, and pulling the silicone back from the coasters and go ahead and pull it off. I did have a little leakage in a few of these, but I didn't mind the edges. So that is a close-up of what they are looking like. So this is a better view of what they look like after they have cured and they're all ready. Now guys, if you have been on my channel for a while, you know that I am always being extra. So I decided to spice up the edges a little bit with some more of that acrylic gold paint. So I'm just taking a foam brush and just going around the edges of the coaster with this gold paint just to give it a little extra glam. Guys, once you have all of your supplies and ready to go, this project was actually really easy and it was not that expensive, because just think, you still have tons of resin left over to do many more projects. And I intend to do at least 2 more projects that I have in mind that involves resin. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload videos, so you'll be sure to catch the next project that I do with the resin. So this is a look at what it looks like after I have trimmed that in gold. And then this is what it looks like as I have it styled right there on my console in my wine room. I think these turned out so well. Guys, what do you think? Leave me what you think in the comment section. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your family and friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.